problem solve in the thick of stress, fear, anxiety? Any tips for somebody to be able to do so? I know we've already talked about like why people shouldn't always trust their gut, what they should do instead in the context of like conversations and stuff, but in like a high stress moment, any tips specifically for that?
Absolutely. The biggest tip is to understand that most of us put an inaccurate sense of urgency on decision making. Very rarely do decisions have to be made in an urgent fashion, meaning decisions don't have to be made in a few seconds. Decisions don't even have to be made really in a few minutes. Most decisions can wait 15, 20, 30 minutes before they're actually made, right? Now, if your child has a hatchet in their forehead, maybe you have to make a faster decision than 10 or 15 minutes, right? You have to decide to go to the emergency room right away. But there's a reason that most emergency rooms make you wait 30 minutes to 2 hours, because most things that we think are urgent are actually not urgent. So for people who have to feel this stress to make a decision in the thick of it, to use your words, in a moment of high stress, the biggest tip to understand, you very rarely ever have to make a decision in a moment of high stress. If you just take a moment, a few seconds to just stop and think, just stop and breathe, let your left logical brain catch up to your irrational right brain. Let the two actually process at the same time. And what you will find is the decision that you need to make doesn't have to be made right now. I have another 15 minutes before I have to make this call. I have another few hours before I need to update anybody, right? I just got a text message or an email that's upsetting to me. I don't have to respond to it right now. I have time on my side. Time is the missing resource for most people when they feel a false sense of urgency about making a decision.
Freedom! So fresh on me. Freedom!